Hi. Can you hear me? How's my sound? Perfect, perfect, perfect. One second to finish setting up. I always try to set up beforehand, but lately life be lifing. My dog tried to make a run for it. So I'm a little frazzled. Yeah, she tried to make a run for it. The ungrateful little thing she is. Okay, if you're in here, just type in hello for me in the chat. So I know how many people are here. And let me know if my sound is good. I'm trying to get our little gremlins out the way. Hello. Okay. Now, I don't know how many people here are from TikTok. I am apparently an art professor. Oh, good. I'm asking that because I have this microphone plugged in and I didn't know if I was going to have technical difficulties or not. Murphy likes to play games with me whenever I try to be successful. It doesn't like me to win. There was something I wanted to do. There I wanted to I'm gonna print a coloring page for myself to test tonight. I am still working currently on my coloring book. This is a page from my new coloring book. And I have a couple of titles that I'm going through. I originally was going to call it the Cattertons, but I was like, I think I can do better than that. You just saw the video, yeah. So I have to make my schedule so people know when to come and find me over here. It's just a fun thing to do. I'm not gonna take myself too seriously. I can't reload my app either. I film. Same thing happened to me. I can't reload my app either. And I believe me, I cried about that so much because nobody was more upset about losing TikTok than I was. Like when I told you I was voting at every local election, and then to find out that I accidentally offloaded the app off my phone and it wouldn't come back on. When I tell you I was hurt, I was hurt. But I'm pivoting, and I think that it is better for I think that it's better for a lot of us to be diversing ourselves on different apps because we still don't know what the verdict is. They may not bring the app back. So to put all our eggs right back into the same basket, for me just doesn't work for the way my anxiety is set up. That just doesn't work for me. So you will see me on here and on TikTok. When you see me on TikTok, I'm filming on my husband's phone and I'm answering on my iPad because my iPad has a horrible camera. And then all of my lessons will be on here. Also, it allows for replays. And of course, see, this is what I said. I knew I was gonna have a tech gremlin, and the tech gremlin is my printer not wanting to print my other page. So I have a couple things I was thinking about today. I still need to finish my dang SWOT sheets. Because I have these SWOT sheets that I made for because I have this big old, you can't see it, but I got this big old marker set, and I have another marker storage thing coming. So I'll be up once again. I will be loading up markers and fussing and cussing the whole time. So I have to finish this sheet with them and arranging them. But we can also color, so it's up to y'all what y'all want to do tonight. This is a vibe, chill, and Q&A session. And also, if you have anything that you would like to learn in my, what is it? What are they calling it? Hillman Talk Art Therapy class, let me know. So while my coloring page is thing, I'm gonna go ahead and start swatching. Where did I leave off at? If you watched my last video, you heard me explain why doing a swatch sheet is so important, and which is ironic because I used to refuse to do them out of spite. Refuse to do them. I got cussed out many a times by my peers. I ain't care. I believe I left off at 360 green pod. Okay. Not only does it make it easy for when you're actually doing your coloring, but it makes it easy trying to blend as well. I need a pen and I ain't got one. Oh, here's one. They are linked in the one I use is linked in my Amazon favorites. That's the one I recommend. Because it holds 360 markers. It is $80, but it holds 360 markers. That means that it's going to be with you for a while. So color I'm sticking with here. I did 360. Okay. And I do need a swatch sheet because I want to make sure that I'm swatching these in the correct order. If I end up swatching it wrong, I'm going to be so pissed at myself and I will not redo it. But yeah, I am a refugee of the app as well. Hi. Welcome to the unofficial first day of class. I'm going over swatching markers and why that's so important. Before 9. I'm going to be coloring in a minute. I just wanted to get the first line of marker swatching out the way. Okay, that's why I was doing. That's why I had them arranged that way. Trying to figure out why I had them arranged the way I had them arranged. The you have the marker organizer, and for reference, if it'll let me turn it, this is the marker organizer we're talking about. It holds 360 markers. It is on my Amazon favorites, so you can find it there. There's only one vendor that sells them, and they're on my Amazon favorite. The reason that they're so unique is because it holds 360 markers, whereas the other ones may hold 120, they may hold 280 at the most, and they're going to be about $40 for those, and they're not going to hold every marker you have. Whereas this is $80, it's going to hold the bulk of a normal person's marker collection. Emphasis on normal, because apparently I ain't normal because I have almost 1,000 markers, and that don't make no damn sense. But I blame the internet for influencing me. A lot of these tones look very much the same. Even I get confused sometimes. We'll come after that. Okay. It's a color that ticks me off every time I see it, horseradish. Because of all the times I have ate sandwiches with horseradish on there, it is never green. Yeah, see, I got this one mixed up. This should have been next to this one. Am I going to redo it? Absolutely not. And yes, the caps are very confusing, which is why you need a swatch sheet. Because look at how light that cap is compared to the color it produces. These are the real catfishes. Now see, these two colors, they make me so happy to see together. This is going to make for such a seamless blend when I'm coloring. I'll automatically know what's the next color down. That is going to be a beautiful seamless blend. Which is why I tell people all the time, do not ask me to teach your children. I'm going to cuss your children out. Or I'm going to cuss them out in my head. But the main purpose of my class is for us to relax and have fun. We all said that we were going to rest as much as possible this year. We all said it. I seen all the posts. I seen all the comments. Everybody said, look, we just going to keep our head down and just try to keep our wits about us for the next few years. And I think one way to calm your mind is to get lost in some creativity. And you never know what you may make. It's a great outlet to have. Even if and that doesn't mean that what you draw has to be cutesy and calm. Take out your rage on some paper. To get me some ambient lighting in here. Okay. This is another, I'm just showing it to you, a working sheet from my coloring book. I'm debating if I should give them more of a background or if I should leave it like this. But I might just give them more of a, we'll see. But this is a page from my new coloring book. I'm still working on the name. I'm leaning toward Per and Proper. I thought Per and Proper was really cute. Fur and Finery. So I want to come up with some. I may put that in my next email. We can vote on it. But I'm kind of stuck on, I love Pause and Proper. I think that is so cute. To get her one what? No, it's not all cats. It's other animals too. One of the main characters is actually a rabbit. But it's not all cats. The main family is cats though. The queen is a cat. But there are other animals. There's rabbits, there's a rooster. Oh, the rooster's my favorite. His name is Earl Chanticleer. That shows my age if you recognize that name. There's a bulldog. Just little animals. But are there a lot? Mainly cats? Yes. There's a schnauzer. Gonna be some a fox. Gonna be some birds in there too. I did say per and proper, but I'm probably gonna make it pause and proper just because it's so many different animals. But I do love per and proper. I'm a cat lover above all else, even though I have a dog who she drives me absolutely crazy, and I wish that I had a cat. I don't know. I'm more of a cat person. I think it's the fact that they treat, you never know what type of emotion you're going to get out of them. They're either going to treat you like you're the scum of the earth and you're nothing more than a peasant to them, or they're going to make biscuits on you. So I have to work on my course syllabus for my little class and my materials list. Although materials really aren't going to be that big of a deal. It's really about using what you have. Y'all not about to use me as an excuse to run to Amazon. I remember when I was taking illustration in college, my teachers, our professors, excuse me, made us get the absolutely most expensive art supplies there was. And I'm like, we are students. What the hell are we doing with professional grade stuff? Not gonna do that to y'all. You can use what you got on hand. As long as it's not Rose art, I will kick you out of my class with a failing grade. I mean, Crayola's not that. Crayola got some hits now. I mean, they used to anyway. I don't know what new formulas they got, but and nothing can beat a good old Crayola crayon at the end of the day. Why do I need a neon fluorescent color? And besides, we all know the feeling of walking into the classroom with that 64 set of Crayola colors that had the pencil sharpener in the back. You felt superior, and you were. You were in fact superior if that's what you walked in with. We're not gonna lie and say there wasn't a hierarchy, and that proved who was who. This should have been further up. I think I have it here because it's yellow green, but this should have been probably further up. Oh well. Like I said, the names are concerning. But if you were interested in getting who in here has Ohuhu? I'm curious as to who already owns them. Anybody? Okay, just me. I'm the only one with the problem. Lemonade. That is not a color I would think lemonade would be. That's the color of just a regular lime. Oh wow, your Prisma color still work? Oh, this is a dead one. Now I believe this color is in the skin tone set. I don't know who is that color. I didn't know it was doing corpse colors. And this is where things start to get confusing. And I'm happy y'all get to see this real time. No, YouTube don't play. Do y'all see the names on these? Not the numbers, the names. Same name, different, totally different markers. Oh, no, I'm wrong. Not the same name. One has an I and one does not. But you can see how confusing that is. This one has an I, this one doesn't. I just wanted y'all to see it in real time so y'all don't think it's just me. Y'all can't, they can't be like, so next time I'm ranting about something and people are like, you're being dramatic. I need y'all to be my witnesses to let them know, no, I'm not. Let them know. Yes, I miss my soundtrack, but like you said, they don't play. But I'm thinking about doing late night sessions, having different lighting, maybe like some soft ambient lighting and playing like music like this. And you can just listen, and I won't talk as much, except for maybe a cuss word here or there. You'll just listen and you'll just breathe and drift off. No heavy thoughts. Been swatching for 40 days and 40 nights. Now my official mini classes begin on here on Monday. I have to put, like I said, I have to put out a syllabus. I'm gonna need a moderator. I don't know. I don't know how many people I'm gonna actually get to come in here. But who in here got my email from this morning? I did send out an email this morning. A little bit of a personal one. If you read it. So if you didn't get the email this morning, I was talking about what inspired me to do Pause and Proper, which is the animal coloring book. A lot of people were assuming that I was just possibly doing it because of how popular the animals are in the coloring community. That's part of it. Like, I'm still a businesswoman. But I used to draw animals years ago when I was in college. That's actually all I did was draw them when I was in college. I didn't draw people during my college years. I drew them before I went to college, but I just didn't want to deal with how strict the professors were when it came to certain things, when it came to people, and I just had more fun drawing cats. But I got so good at drawing cats that I started winning awards for said cats. And when I started winning awards, a lot of people who were supposed to be my friends were not happy for me. Um, I had people that I admired, grad students at that I admired, that I look up to, tell me that I wasn't that talented. I didn't deserve to win certain things. And it really took a toll on me. And it wasn't just them. I was interviewing with companies like Carter's and Oshkosh B'gosh, and my work would be good enough to get me through the door, but when I get to the interview, I'd always have one person. I especially remember this during the Carter's interview, when they told me that my artwork was too sassy for little girls, that no little girl will want the work that I do, and little girls are supposed to be sweet and innocent. And if I wanted to keep the type of tone that I had for my little girls, I was going to have to switch to boys, because boys are allowed to be a little more risque, but girls have to maintain a certain sweetness and innocence. And my work was too sassy, and which kind of threw me because every little girl I knew was sassy. Happy weekend. So I had like a full blown collection of like characters that I created that have never seen the light of day. And then I more and more got involved in Color Talk and Color Tube and Colorgram. I started seeing how much everybody loved these little animals, and I was like, you know what? It's time to bring my animals back. in my style. And Cameron. But it was just interesting to see how people would almost go out of their way to put somebody else down. So I say your most powerful piece of supplies as an artist, creator, blogger, influencer, baker, musician, your most powerful thing that you could ever have in your arsenal is a therapist or some type of strong support system. Hello, Mama Five. Hey, Carmen, thank you. Right now, we're just sharing and doing a little Q&A today. And I'm prepping my SWOT sheets for my TikTok university that will start Monday, and I'll be getting on the syllabus this weekend. I'll also be making little swatch cards for people. They can finally swatch their own stuff. Do not go by the swatch cards that they send you. Make your own. Well, thank you for stopping by. This isn't a long live. This is more of a Q&A, color and chill with me. Thank you. You know, they're going to be their own coloring book soon. So they are going to get their own rendition. And I already know the name of that book. It's called Zodiac Elementary. And I could tell you right now, Scorpio runs the playground. We're almost to the end. Oh, that's right. I did do let me see, was the Gotham portrait. Oh, I'm happy they liked it. Yeah, I have some tumblers that have to go. I have to make tonight so they can go out. I want to try to get them out tomorrow, but more than likely they're gonna go out Monday. We had that snow day down here. Yeah, I worked double time on that wedding dress. I was gonna get that right. And there will be more. Jeez, I didn't realize how long, how many markers. You don't realize how many markers this sucker actually holds until you have the swatch sheets. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good evening. One piece of art supply that I can recommend for everybody, and this, whether you're an artist or not, I think this is a good thing to have. A mixed media sketchbook. You can get them from Michaels or Hobby Lobby. They're basically a sketchbook with like really, really thick paper. And the reason why I say anybody can get this is just it's a place to explore, and it doesn't really matter what medium you're using. The paper can handle it. Hmm. It's been a long day. Took a lot of energy to go chase that dog down the street. Yes, and we will definitely go over the difference between alcohol marker, acrylic marker, watercolor marker. I don't hear a lot of people talk about watercolor markers that much. There's water based and then there's watercolor. And I think if people started getting into watercolor marker, they'll lose their minds. Although you can't use watercolor marker in the coloring books, I get it. Ooh, the music is gotten me zoning out. Got me yawning over here. It's like, whoa, I'm a nap. Good. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned this before. This paper I'm using, this is 120-pound cardstock paper. They sell cardstock at pretty decent prices right at Walmart. I highly suggest getting those, especially if you're going to be printing off your own coloring pages. I highly suggest getting you some good cardstock. It's not y'all playing Silent Night. And acrylic markers have so many uses. I love to use them for quick fashion illustration, which I'll probably demonstrate one day in one of my lives. And this is the end of this page. We finished another page. Looks like I'm gonna have to do 2 more pages to get this whole thing filled. But we're gonna save that for another time. Oh, I missed the color. I didn't label this one. Which one was this one? Which one was this one? Mm, 16. 11. I think I missed one long. It's this one right here. Y 180. Oh, no wonder I got that confused. One was Y 180 and the other one is YR 180. Wonder I got that confused. Yeah, that's what it's called, junk art. And they were more than likely they were doing it in a mixed media book. Yeah, that is something that I think a lot of people should do. I used to have the most elaborate junk art sketchbooks. I lost them in a fire, otherwise I would show them to you. But when I tell you it's so freeing, we might have to do a class on junk art. But this is a humongous mixed media pad. You do not have to get one this huge. They were on sale, and of course, it's fine for me to have one that's this huge. But this is a mixed media pad. I got this from Michael's. It's Artist Loft, and I got like 2 of them for like a certain price. Like I said, you can get them from Hobby Lobby. You can get them from Walmart. Walmart has them too. I think mixed media paper, and it will. You can do a lot of fun things in this. I used to do my watercolor drawings in it. And I used to use my watercolor markers. As you can see, it can hold it very, very well, and you can go front and back. Now I haven't used alcohol marker in here, so I don't know if it handles bleed, but for acrylic markers, it goes very well. So I'm definitely gonna put this on my supply list if people can get it. You can have a lot of fun. Yeah, they're sketchbooks. This is still a sketchbook. It's a mixed media sketchbook because of the paper, but this is still a sketchbook. A sketchbook doesn't necessarily mean like it's like thin paper. As long as you get it bound and you call it a sketchbook, it's a sketchbook. Some of the best sketchbooks are the leather bound sketchbooks. And this is my sketchbook. And these pieces right here are all acrylic. Just it's straight up and down acrylic marker. So we finished another Ohuhu set. It's Ohuhu. So we got 3 pages down. And I believe I got like 2 more pages to go. And when I finish these, I'll go ahead and post them. Oh, look how nice it looks on the back. But I will say this, I don't know about I will say is this is the Ohuhu 320 set and the skin tone marker sets blended together. Oh, excuse me. And that is all I have for tonight, unless anybody has any questions, anything they want me to go over. I will say this even though you see me using Ohuhu, you do not have to have them. These markers right here, these touch markers, these are the really, really cheap ones. Totally usable. Totally usable. I got these off the TikTok shop, but I'm pretty sure you can get these off of Temu or Shein. And this is how well they blend. You just have to make sure you have something underneath them because they bleed through heavily. But they blend pretty well. The only markers that I do not recommend personally, because I can't stand them and I can't help you with them, is water-based markers. Can't stand them. Don't even come ask me no dang questions if that's what you got in your hand, because I'm going to look at you like you walked up to me with some rose art. What the heck is you doing with those? Get the hell out of my face. So don't think you have to have the more expensive one. Get you whatever you can afford, and we're going to work with it. This is art therapy. I'm going to teach you some techniques. But at the end of the day, we're gonna chill, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna color, we're gonna draw. You know, you're gonna learn how to do. You're gonna understand what a value scale is. You're gonna understand the difference between contrast, so you don't be drawing everything that has hyperpigmentation to it. I will say, and you can, if you want to use more colors in your sketches, unless you now if you're just sketching with pencil, a cheap sketchbook will work every single time. You do not have to upgrade. If you want to use acrylic marker and alcohol marker, hell, even color pencils, and get the best out of your sketches, spend a little more money, get you some heavier paper. And by heavier paper, when you're looking at a sketchbook, they're going to have the pounds on the paper. They're going to tell you how many pounds it is. The higher the number, the better. Usually the heavier papers are watercolor paper. You don't need a watercolor paper, but the heavier paper, the better. See how they say pound right there? That means this is some heavy duty paper right here. This paper can handle a lot of punishment. You don't have to gaslight them. Do what I do. Do some strange things for a little change. That's what I did. You know, I did some strange things for a little change and I got my 320 cent markers. Do I have any shame left? Not really. But I got my markers. Who needs class when you coloring? The pages will not shame you. Heck, because I got me the color set. I got me a binding machine to bind my own books if I want to. I got all kind of things. We got to do what we look. We got to do what we got to do to secure the hobby. Okay. And in case you didn't notice, if somebody else buys your supplies for your new hobby, it don't count towards your addiction because you didn't spend your money. Somebody else gifted it to you. So if you can convince people to gift you stuff for your new hobby, it don't count towards your hobby hopping heifer points. It don't count. Can't nobody bring that up in the meetings because you did not buy those. Your neighbor did. Those were gifts. It'd have been rude of you not to use said gifts. I'm just trying to put y'all on game because some of y'all people be feeling looking for reasons to justify buying certain things. Like you got to justify why you want a big old batch of markers. Why? Why? That's what you want. That's what you want. Don't let nobody tell you them for kids. Obviously not. That ain't no kid price tag. Obviously they are for professional colorers. Anyway, that is my my live for tonight, y'all. Thank y'all so much. This was a very informal one. There may be a little bit structured than this, but this is a very informal one to get y'all acclimated and used to me. I will see y'all on here again Monday. I will probably go live on TikTok over the weekend, though, because I'll have access to my husband's phone and I will no longer be a TikTok refugee when he's home. Exactly, Gigi. I can, so I will. Some people like, oh, I want to make sure I'm actually going to use them. You probably won't. I'm gonna make you use them. Whatever markers and stuff that you got that you bought as part of a hobby and they've been sitting there, pull them out. We gonna use them. But we all got stuff that we started that's in the closet of shame. I thought for sure I was gonna make a couple of Valentine's crafts. So I bought all the supply at the dollar store to make like these Valentine's gift baskets and stuff like that. Ask me if I looked at them since I bought them home. Not once. No longer interested. Was so hyped when I went through Dollar Tree. No longer interested. Do not care. No, at some point you just got to do what feeds your soul, okay? And if your soul tells you get the art supplies, get the art supplies. There's other things. It's not like you spending it on drugs. Next time somebody say you buying too much supplies, say I could have been spending it on crack, but I'm not. I'm buying something that's going to better the world. People not looking at the bigger picture. They're not looking at the bigger picture. And that's what you got. That's how you got to start talking to them. They're too small minded. They're trying to box you in. There's a bunch of other things I could have been addicted to. Okay? Me wanting the color today and crochet yarn blankets tomorrow, it's not that big of a problem. I could be doing other things. but I'm gonna actually make you use the supplies that you have. We're going. I'm not going. You're not going to use me as a reason to run to Amazon. We're going to use the supplies that you have, and we're going to have fun. So I'm going to add that. I'm going to add a junk journal to that as well. We might do a junk page. So thank you for that suggestion. Any other suggestions? That's all. All right, I'm excited about that. I think that's gonna be so therapeutic for some people. And don't tell me that sunshine. I'll have you drawing bars of soap. I'll have you drawn what the bars of soap's gonna look like, and writing the names of the soap and underneath. We could dang it, we're gonna be putting these things to use. We ain't got, we resting all year. We're resting. Well, it's resting for as long as we can. Then but then eventually we're going to go back out there and do work. But I want us to have fun and to be able to tune out and to get off of doom scrolling, because there's too much fear mongering going on the doom scroll. A lot of people are hustling to make the money on the app. So they're going to be pushing a lot of misinformation, and they're going to be pushing a lot of narratives. And if you're not protective over your mind, and it's very hard to be, I know my mind likes to unscrew itself and go run two sides to the left and then take a right when I'm not looking. And this is another reason why I wanted to do this on YouTube. Not only can you do a replay later, but also you won't doom scroll as much. But I'm gonna go ahead and say good night for real this time, because I have a lot of work I got to do. I got some orders to finish. I got a couple of people ordered some frosted tumblers from me, so I have to go and get some frosted zodiac tumblers done. But thank y'all so much for joining me, and I will see y'all soon. Be sure to check your newsletters for any updates from me.